Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Usual Place. Last week, the Straits Times reported about a Singapore gang that ran a major scam operation in Cambodia. They were suspected to have scammed victims out of at least $41 million. But that's not what people ended up talking about. What grabbed attention was that the ST report mentioned how one of the wanted men, Finan Siow, was a former student of ACS Independent, and that detail appeared in both the article and in an infographic. So the infographic had face cuts of the men, and it showed Finan's picture placed alongside others who had legal trouble and criminal history labelled below their faces. But that did not sit well with the Anglo-Chinese School Old Boys Association, which raised its unhappiness in a statement that ST published. Now, the editor replied to that statement, explaining ST's stand on why it chose to do so. So the whole incident has clearly hit a nerve, and it got me thinking, what's with our fixations over brand name schools? Now, my two guests today are masters at providing astute social commentary on very Singaporean issues. And I have comedy writer and communication strategist, Mr. Miyagi, aka Benjamin. Actually, it's Benjamin Lee, aka yes. Mr. Miyagi, and comedian and TV personality, Rishi Budhrani. Thank you both for being here. And I know the answer to this question, but for full disclosure to the audience, which schools are you from?
I think Ben will answer first because he's got a closer connection
to this story. Yes, Ben, where are you from?
Anglo-Chinese School, not independent.
You are a dependent ACS boy?
A dependent ACS boy.
Oh, no.
All right.
Yeah. Are you dependent on Barker Road?
Dependent on government funding.
Okay, it's fair.
All right, Rishi, where are you from?
I'm from lousy school, sorry.
Okay.
I'm from neighborhood school.
Okay, which one?
I'm a Tanjung Katong boy, everybody. Hello.
But it has been elevated recently, right? Because...
It's elevated because of our Prime Minister, but it's made life a bit more difficult for someone like me.
Because he stole your limelight now?
No. Because you see now, teachers in the school are using us as examples. Him as a prime example. See, if you study hard, you can become PM. You don't study, you become Joker. Yeah, so it's not a great thing for me. Okay. Sad life. I know you didn't expect that, but it is I have friends
who... spectrum very wide.
I know, it's really very wide.
Yeah.
But I've got friends whose kids now go to the school, and someone told me this as a joke, and I realized it's not a joke. Teachers really... You see, y'all don't study, become like this fella, Joker. Okay, anyway, please welcome Mr. Rishi to give you a talk on the literature week. Okay, anyway.
It's like a setup, and then... Okay, but he's here, just use him,
The fella is trying to be funny, but...
Okay, just for... can you tell which school I'm from? Just by... I mean, this is a setup for much later, but can you tell which school I'm from? I'll give you a hint. It's a girls' school.
Actually, I know, so I can't play this game.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yes, you know that. Yeah. Okay,
goodness.
We did.
That's a tough one. You do...
So I give off vibes?
Vibes?
Of
a certain school?
Yes.
You come from a convent.
Oh... Primary school but irrelevant. I'm from Cedar Girls.
Okay.
Maybe after this show they'll be like, please don't tell anyone from Cedar Girls.
Yeah, Nat, stop revealing your school. So unbecoming of a Cedarian.
All right, so let's get into the topic today. Miyagi, since you're an ACS boy, how did you feel about the Old Boys Association's response, as well as other ACS boys jumping in on LinkedIn and Reddit to the whole issue?
Yeah, I'm going to incur the wrath of the Old Boys Association. I just wish they had kept quiet and not said anything. I think that, well, then you add to the mystique of having been named, your school been named when your mugshot has been put out in a newspaper as one of the scammers or one of the operators of the scam. So I think they should have just kept quiet, be true to the ACS thing, or at least say something funny. Yes, you need brains to be part of this operation.
That's good. That would be a good twist.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look at that, man. ACS boys are not just in the elite levels. We are everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
And in every level of business, legitimate and illegitimate and illegal.
This guy's a suspect. He's wanted right now. Rishi, what was your response? What was going through your head when you saw this story or the response to...
I think the question is not why was ACSI logo included in the iconography.
Why was it not?
That's not the question. Why was the ACS mentioned and everything? I'm more concerned about why there was only one Indian fella in this whole list of 27 Singaporeans wanted.
Okay, but we can answer. This is a question that some people had, which is why was his name only stated as Dinesh?
Yeah, if you have space to put
No.
ACSI, how come we don't have Dinesh's last name in there?
Because that was the information that was given to the reporters. It just said Dinesh.
Like Gandhi, is it like just like single name? Come on, man. I mean, I'm sure. Let's dig deep. I'm sure if we dig a bit deeper, we'll find.
There was a form that they had a checkbox. This person has no last name.
I think honestly, was it no space?
No.
Name too long.
No, if
Come on,
we
Nat.
had his full name, I'm very sure ST would have printed. I'm 100% definitely
Because
sure.
some of the fellas you got English name, Hanyu Pinyin name, school, everything there. This guy is just Dinesh, talking about mystique.
Mystique.
This guy is a mystery, bro. He's like
Yeah.
wanted, but it's just Dinesh.
Out of 1 million Dineshes.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Just there.
But when you guys look at the graphic, okay, what was your take on it? I mean, everybody's response was like, okay, everybody had different response.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
were in we should have put it in there. Almost like, yeah, well,
I thought it was funny. I burst out laughing when I noticed that the school was mentioned. We shouldn't talk about his name. I thought it was very appropriate that his name kind of fit into. I'm a financial something.
His name is what? Finan.
Finan Siow. I'm a Finan Siow consultant.
minus
Aiyo.
1,000 points for that joke, but okay.
Aiyo.
Yes.
I didn't think much about it, in all honesty. I think there were so many other elements there that I didn't really realize, okay, this school is mentioned. But
Like, it didn't stand out to you, per se?
not until it became an issue, to be fair.
Actually, yeah.
Because, and I'm guessing, if this person is wanted, perhaps the rationale is that, hey, we're going to give you all the information we have at this point.
He could be hiding in a broom closet in ACS Parker Road.
Or maybe someone saw him at the last alumni gathering.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, did you see Finan? Was he
Yeah,
driving a new Maserati, or was he like?
He was leading the school anthem singing.
Was he speaking a bit more Cambodian than usual? I mean, maybe someone saw him and went like, "Hey, I saw Finan. Hey, I have some information." It could be. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this might sound a bit defensive, but I want to explain why ST did it. I mean, since I have the floor, but
Yes.
my colleagues, and I did speak to them, they wanted to give readers as much information as they could about what they found out about these people, right? Because there were like 27 Singaporeans and they background checked like everybody, they did what they could, and they found out about everyone's criminal history, whoever they could find out about, and legal troubles and Finan School was also found. So it was through their legwork and their investigation.
Yep.
And if you look at Finan's LinkedIn, the only thing that comes up on his LinkedIn is he's from ACS. The logo is there. He says which years he's there. It's the only info he put on his account. And okay, so I think ST could have made it clearer to at least add in a line to say like, okay, this is what we know now of these people. Because some people didn't have any, they just had a name, right? And then, but this is what we know. So, okay, we could have put in a line that said that. But I also want to point out that people were very interested in this because more than 1.5 million people viewed the post on social media. See, 1.5 million people were interested to know who these, I guess the ACS thing might have triggered some views, but okay, people were definitely interested in what it was. Okay, but infographic aside,
Yep.
I'm going to go back to my earlier question about what this, fixation, right? With like, ACS. Do you think Singaporeans who come from brand name schools have a certain fixation with flexing the information and carrying the identity for years?
I don't know. I don't think it starts at a citizen level. I think it starts at the leadership level, right? We've heard it on hot mic in Parliament before, like lousy school, or
Yeah.
And we've also heard from other members of Parliament. I still remember this where there was a conversation about racial politics or racial identity, and I think it was MP Leong Man Wai at the time who said, "Hey, I can't believe Min Shanmugam thinks I'm being racist. We were in RI
same school,
together." So I feel like it starts at the leadership level. I don't know, this obsession, so to speak. Maybe it's because we place so much emphasis on education that it's an aspect of our identity we can't separate ourselves from, even when we become adults.
Yeah.
Especially if you're from the so-called brand name
name
elite schools. For us from neighborhood schools, we don't have that elitist baggage.
It's just like,
Yeah.
you know.
And I don't mean it in a negative way. I just mean that, there's no expectation from a boy from Bedok View to behave in a certain way. But there is some expectation for a kid from RI or ACS in this case to maybe conduct yourself in a certain demeanor and a certain level.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's been like that for generations. Like earlier, I was saying that I was in ACS from a different era, right? Before before the age of newspapers. The issue is that we perpetuate this thing. I think when the MOE started controlling the curricula of all the schools, right, it should have flattened everything. It should have just made every school the same. But conversely, what happened was that these brand name schools feel that they were losing their identities, and so they doubled down on, we are better than the rest, and you should come to our school and everything. But actually, there's no good reason for you to attend ACS instead of another neighborhood school. Honestly, it's not there. And starting from the top levels, I remember when I was in school, this was in the 80s, somebody in Parliament said something about some schools in Bukit Timah have their kids chauffeured to school. And so and this was actually said by the education minister. And so what ACS did was they imposed a ban. Nobody was allowed to bring more than $5 in pocket money to school. Yeah, and we would have wallet inspection.
What?
Yeah, anybody found with more than $5 had their money confiscated.
And what was the aim of this exercise? To
This is like bring
humble
less.
you, is it?
Humble us.
To humble you. Wow, that's good.
Yeah,
Did it work?
I guess, yeah.
Did they ask you to? I mean, lucky you never flush your money down the toilet like some other schools.
Hey, remember someone did that? Did someone do that?
Last time. Other schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hilarious. I mean, so it's been generations.
Wait, so if you had
it's
like
still
$6, they took your $1 and
yeah,
donated
it goes. No, you put it in the class fund, and then at the end of the
okay.
year, we had a big class party. So you knew which class had the richer kids because they had the more lavish parties.
Wow,
Wow.
Yeah.
man.
What a great nugget of information.
It's great, man. I mean, for us, I remember a similar experience.
Yeah.
We all put in 10 cents each to buy a plastic ball from the mama shop to play football. That was our party.
Yeah. It was not to humble them, they just wanted to play, right?
We just had to scramble cash from somewhere so that we could have some degree of childhood. Yep.
You should have gone over to his school.
Cannot afford.
Yeah,
Because
so-
no
As in,
chauffeur.
borrow the money.
Nobody to chauffeur me to Bukit Timah from Bedok, unfortunately.
Very far, cannot.
Too far.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Miyagi. You have a son,
Yep.
who is can I call him a champion?
Yeah, so he's a
skydiver?
world champion indoor skydiver. Yeah.
Did you angst over which school he should go to?
No, it was never in doubt. But the Old Boys Association of ACS actually questioned me. Why aren't you putting your son in ACS? You are an ACS boy, and you should naturally put your son in there. And they were not very happy with our response. We actually, my wife and I told them that it's not appropriate for him at this point in his life, and maybe we can consider it later. And they just feel as if the school has got something for every shape of boy. Everybody should go through that. I mean, I commend them for their steadfast belief in the school's values and all that, and some of the school's values are good, no doubt. I haven't been arrested too many times, and so I should still be okay.
Well, I mean, in the sense that when we were talking about alumni, right? Because
Yeah.
you mentioned the Old Boys Association,
Yeah.
I actually called you, right?
Yeah.
Does it give a sense of like, I mean, there's this like exclusive club type things.
Yes, there is. There are two sides of the coin. Sometimes it's a club. It's a mutual help group. We help each other out. The community is strong. That's a good part of it. The other part of it is the not so good part of it is the exclusivity. So you might discriminate against other people. It's like, For instance, if I recommend somebody for a post in a company, oh, he's a good guy, he's an ACS boy. That shouldn't be the case, in my opinion. It should be on the person's achievements and what he's actually done properly, not from what school he's from. Yeah.
I've heard this before, in circles of friends. Because, again, I don't come from one of these strong alumni communities. I don't get invitations to any old boy events, or I get like invitations to Facebook groups, like jokers from Tanjong Katong, like...
Like, at least they included you.
Yeah, like,
I mean, not for the jokers, but they included you in A Club.
Jack Neo, Xiao Ming, Rishi Budhrani. That's the kind of invitations I get. So
there seems to be a trend with Tanjong Katong alumni.
Jokers.
Funny men.
What are you saying about
I'm saying funny men. I say
funny men. Okay. Funny, talented guitarists.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But I've heard this before, that the alumni communities are very strong, and the reason you would have your children go there or be a part of the network like that is that you get looked after. Specifically in the way you are saying that, hey, if my kid needs a job someday, I know that there's going to be someone from the alumni network who, by virtue of the fact that this person is from this institution, is going to give them some degree of respect or some degree of consideration.
And it's not just an ACS thing, right?
I don't think so. Yeah,
I don't think it is, right?
I think it's with any strong alumni
With any
network.
strong alumni network.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be that. And I think it serves itself well, especially for, we talk about this epidemic of loneliness among middle-aged and older men and all that, right? So these old school networks actually help.
Yep.
And I think that's a good part of it, because you get some isolated middle agers out of their homes. Hey, come, let's go for a reunion dinner, or let's go and do some charitable thing together and all that. So that's a good part of it. So the brand name comes of it, and it's psychologically, I think it's the simplicity of this union. You may not have a lot of things in common with each other, but then you sing the school song, and you just keep repeating the school motto, and you think, okay, yeah, I belong.
This is so interesting you mentioned this, because I just last month I was invited to host the Cat High 90th anniversary dinner for the alumni, and our DPM from Punggol.
You
Gan Kim Yong.
Suddenly became a
DPM
test.
I blinked out for a moment.
Which DPM?
I was going to say DPM Task Force Man. Sorry. Got blanked out a bit.
Yes.
So he was the GOH. And as an old boy, he gave this amazing speech to like 800 people in Mandarin and in English. So I was invited as a host because my old army buddy is an old boy on the committee, and he said, hey, Rishi, we've never really get professional hosts, and all, would you come in? And I said, I'm not alumni. And he said, no problem, come, entertain these people. I'll say, okay, no problem. There was a alumni who was a co-host who does the Mandarin part. I do the English part. We just kind of hang out, have some fun. But nobody was paying attention. And he said it's going to be a fish market. They're just going to be there to hang out with each other, have a drink, catch up on old times. And there are like people as old as like 80 plus, old uncles there. But the moment DPM Gun comes on, he starts joking with them in Mandarin. And he goes, in Mandarin, I paraphrase, but he said, y'all all very naughty students, Principal talking, you don't listen, Alumni president talking, you don't listen, What kind of cat high students are y'all there? Everybody's like, so funny, DPM. And then he had them eating out of the palm of his hands. And then when the moment the school song comes on, right, bruh, these 90-year-old fellas start becoming like small boys. And they just like
being in
sing
a stadium.
Together. Yeah,
right?
It was wild, man. So I can see that bond you're talking about.
Yeah.
You may not have anything in common other than the fact that you wore shorts until Sec 4 and you sang the school song.
You sang the school song with gusto.
So every day.
And it's still a part of you.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, gives you that connection with other people.
Gives you that connection. Yeah.
What do you make of people who... I mean, so this is at an event, clearly, right? But what do you make of people who make their school their personality? They're like, hey...
They need help.
I don't...
Well, I mean, the same as somebody going out in a Man U jersey every day.
Yeah, maybe that's just who I
Or
don't.
Liverpool, let's just be
Liverpool,
like...
sorry.
Yeah, let's be inclusive.
Yeah, inclusive, yeah.
Sorry.
Given Liverpool just beat Real Madrid,
Oh.
a couple of days ago, but I don't know. I don't hold it against anyone.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, maybe that part of your life was such a huge part of your life that it kind of defines who you are, which is fair. I don't think I use that as my approach because to me, with every year, every new experience,
And you meet new people as well, so you change, right? Yeah, you grow, yeah.
You change,
Yeah.
you grow, you grow in different ways. And I'm guessing it's the same for you as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, although that was a huge part, like I've got some of my closest friends that I am in touch with very closely, very intimately till today, are people I met in secondary school. But we don't really go around like, hey, we are Tanjung Katong boys, hey, don't mess with us, I tell you, hey, we are gangster, no.
Yeah.
Speaking sorry.
Speaking of.
Okay, speaking of.
Speaking of, okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Okay, but the ACS Old Boys Association, the ACS
Oba.
otherwise known as, I think it's very fair for them to question why you mention ACS in this scamming reporting. But did anyone write a forum letter when those boys were caught at the KTV saying we are not gangsters?
There was a news blackout.
We
Well,
are
they tried.
ACS boys.
Yeah.
Did ACS Oba come together and go, guys, why y'all say just get caught with your cigarettes and your vices and just keep quiet lah. No need to say ACS. Was there that outrage from the Old Boys Association or were they like, yeah, this one we cannot say anything because our own fellas say?
Well, they didn't tell ST about it.
Well, I had differing accounts of it, and that one was a little bit played up. They are, of course, the boys that were caught up in that operation. They were a bit embarrassed, lah.
Surely,
So they
I'm sure, yeah.
quite. But I think okay. I mean, I've probably said a couple of things not in support of ACS and the OBA. And the ACS boys are probably thinking, wow, this guy is so ungrateful for the education he received at our hallowed institution. But I must say that my experience at ACS was also tempered by the fact that my best friend and myself were ACS boys. We were bullied in school. And so our experience is not all rosy and school spirit and all that. Because of a certain way you were expected to behave and carry yourself in ACS. And if you're slightly different, and you might have had a different experience. The boys will make fun of you. You're not a jock, you're a geek or something like that. Yeah.
And I can commiserate. I mean, I had a great time when I was at Cedar Girls, but I know of one person who, I know at least a couple of people who this was a whole different experience for me. So different people, different views on what school life was like. So,
Correct. Correct.
And
Well, what you're saying plays into that whole image of exclusivity.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It, by definition, maybe was not an inclusive community.
Probably. And then speaking of community, so they do, when we have certain successes in our lives, we get called back to our schools to give talks and all that. So ACS had this interesting thing, the ACS Careers Fair, where they'll ask alumni to come back and give talks of how they can succeed. So me and Colin Goh gave the talk on careers in media and entertainment. So we preface our whole thing with, if you are here to make money, the finance talk is at 1 p.m.
And then the room clears out. So how was the talk to the four kids that stayed behind?
Did they become part of the media scene?
Yes, interestingly, they stuck to it, so credit to
That's
them as
good.
well, yeah.
Rishi, I want to ask you, when you
Yes.
do comedy, do you often bring out, do you talk about schools and the perception of what certain schools might be like, and what are some audience reactions?
I only bring it up when it's reported in the Straits Times. When
We're just giving you material. all
You
right?
walked into that one, come
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
No, I think because, I say that as a joke, but I mean it in the way that because it is part of our media conversations, it does come up sometimes in the news, it does come up sometimes in Parliament, And it does come up in everyday conversations, whether... You see, the part of being a brand school is that there is a brand identity, there's a certain way you're expected to carry yourself. And when you don't, it becomes news.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Is when, for example, there was a case of the blackface incident from RI in the past. Or there was the thing of, the kids flushing the $50 note down the toilet from the school. Or whether it's the ACS Gangster Institute, the gangster comment. I think these become newsworthy precisely because people equate those elite schools to this high standard, exclusive standard. So yeah, it's funny to an audience because as a comedian, when I joke about that, I'm punching up to this high elite exclusive organizations or institutions in a way. And people know it's a joke, but I don't think anyone has ever taken it in offense or written any letters to my website. How can you mention our school in a negative way? I think you need to do better factual comedy. No, I mean, people know it's a joke, I think. Yeah.
Where do you guys think school stereotypes come from? Because I have met people who will, they'll say, which I think is a very weird question when you ask someone at 40, what school did you go to? I'm like, okay, then you go through your CV, right? But where did these school stereotypes come from, in a way, do you think?
Popular culture, I think. Crazy Rich Asians also parodied the ACS boy and the trope of ACS boys marrying SCGS girls when they get older. And
Oh, wow.
you know that? Yeah. I failed in every regard there.
Wow, that's the thing.
You didn't follow the script.
But these associations actually do exist. And I think maybe there's some on-ground reality which make its way into pop culture and then makes its way into media. For example, I grew up in the East and, Tanjong Katong boys typically meet the TKGS girls at the bus stop. The St. Patrick's boys would meet the CHIJ Katong Convent girls at the bus
Cedar
stop.
girls and the
Cedar girls and who?
Victoria?
Victoria?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Behind the bus stop.
Yeah, that one is... Really? Cedar girls and VS? Oh, no, this was VS. Sorry, of course. Yeah. I almost fell into this whole elite school thing. I just missed out by a couple of points in my PSLE. Otherwise, I would have gone to Victoria School.
Is it?
And life would have been different. I would have been the butt of many elite school jokes. I would not have the sheer pleasure of being able to make fun of elite schools.
Yeah.
But thankfully I flunked science a bit. Dropped a few points.
Why you never pay attention in science class?
I don't know. Difficult.
To this day, I think they marked the wrong paper, got into an elite school.
Own it. You have to own it. Everyone knows you're an ACS boy now. Okay.
Yeah,
so
man.
I want to ask you guys, the next time this happens, should we put educational history of suspected criminals in our story?
Yeah, I mean, look, you can just look up a SingPass and then they'll tell you what.
No, you cannot check other people's SingPass.
Finan Siow, PSLE 4A star.
Really? PSLE results got?
I
think
O levels I know got
O-levels,
lah.
yes.
O levels, A
I don't know
levels
about
if you do.
PSLE.
I
I've
don't know.
never,
They should.
After this, the takeaway from this episode is check your SingPass for your exam results.
Degree, if you have done a degree, I know it's not there. I learnt it the hard way. Because I had to, for some reason, I was doing an overseas show in Hong Kong and to get the work visa, you needed to have your highest qualification cert. And I said, don't worry, I got my SingPass. Don't have lah. According to SingPass, my highest is only A level. So I had to dig my degree cert from 15 years ago.
They gaslit you. You're like, did you go to
SingPass, what is this, man?
Yeah.
I like to give a
National You Never Study of Singapore.
GovTech. This is a special message. Please include a degree in our SingPass so we don't have to dig for our certificate. For those of us underemployed from lousy school, we need the info of our university. Okay, thank you.
Cannot just put batch, ACS batch.
just flash your badge. Oh, one thing that happens at these alumni gatherings that I saw at Cat High at least, they sell merch.
Yeah.
With your
sell
school,
merch.
your school umbrella or hey, buy all the. They were selling
shirts and caps.
The badges.
Yep, the badges.
All the badges from the
Years.
year of the school's inception till today. It's like a collector's item. So I think that's pretty cool. Like if you really drop like $50 on your old school badge, you
Yeah,
must really
maybe.
love your school, man.
Yeah.
I still have my badge from back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I do love my school.
I still have it somewhere.
Yeah, see? Okay, we all love our school. Why?
Yeah, so maybe the answer to your question about why is it conversation is because maybe it is a part of our culture, about education being so valued in this country.
I think that's it. I think that is exactly it. Education is top, obviously over health.
Over health, over mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more, nobody will ask you, hey, did you have any problems in school, in secondary school? No, they ask, hey, which school you from? Were you bullied in school? No, hey, which school you from?
Which school you from? What class?
So, do you have any advice for alumni associations on how to react when former students are in the news for maybe not so great things?
My view is that, be gracious about it, accept that it's not representative of your entire institution.
Exactly.
No need to comment now.
Yeah, I think, look, ACS, back in my time, you had about 500 boys per year, per cohort. So you got 2,000 over boys, and then when they graduate from the system, you don't expect every single one to be on the straight and narrow. There's going to be some people that fall out along the way. So I think having a press room within the OBA would actually serve them quite well. Yeah. I'm not putting my hand up to be a comm strat for ACS.
mean,
sorry.
You're a communication strategist, right?
Yeah,
so maybe you can support.
You just volunteered yourself for the role.
Yeah.
You'll be getting some calls.
Yeah, but I mean, to build on that, I think maybe the job of the alumni association is to respond. Their job is to keep.
They have to protect upkeep the school.
The identity and the reputation. So perhaps within their own value framework, this is what they feel they needed to do, and that's fair. I mean, then the rest of the public will respond accordingly, whether it's to agree with it, disagree with it, joke about it, make fun of it.
Joke about it. At least, then it's on brand, right? We can't let the kids from the East schools take all
the Mickey Ray
all the punchlines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's all we got, bro. You got the jobs, you got the money, you got the Bukit Timah houses. The punchlines are all we got, man. The jokes are all we have. Let us have some of it.
All right. Fair.
On that note, thank you both very much for being here and dissecting this very interesting episode. It's very left field for me, but okay. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Hopefully
Thanks for
we'll
having us.
come back again to discuss something else.
Yes.
Yes.
Lighthearted way.
Yeah.
All right.
Please
so
don't
thank
ask
you both.
our schools again next time.
No, now we know it's on
Now you
record.
know, it's on record.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just keep replaying this episode.
No need to
Alright.
put on LinkedIn already.
Now you got to put it on LinkedIn. Like just
I'm
came on the
humbled
Usual
to
Place.
have been named as one of the scammers.
I feel like now I need to call Tanjong Katong Alumni Association to see whether they will have me or not. Because nobody has invited me. I need to call. Hey, hello, is there an alumni association?
Then they'll say, then you start it.
You started it.
Yeah.
No, I said, do you all need a communication strategist? I got a friend who can help me out a bit.
Yeah.
Elite from elite school.
Elite school one, English very good. Can spell without using ChatGPT.
Can throw in some comedy writing also.
All right. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Nat.
And that's it from The Usual Place. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss the next episode. And if you have thoughts on what we just discussed, do drop a comment on YouTube or talk to me on Instagram at The Usual Place Podcast. I'll see you next week on Thursday at noon.